Hi, Steve Smith here again, SDS Brand Videos. This time what I'm going to be showing you is basically what I call a block out for a preliminary site plan. So before you get into drawing a lot of detail on a site plan, it's always a good idea to lay things out in a very schematic way to make sure that everything's going to work the way you want it to before you get in to start drawing all the detail, like backs of curbs and parking spaces and all that sort of thing. Saves a lot of time. So hopefully I'll be able to show you some tips and tricks here that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and we can help each other out with it. So here we go. I've already got my site cleaned up from a developer that they provided to me, and they want to lay the building out in this area. They want it to face south down towards lot 4 here. And we're not sure whether we're going to be able to get circulation around the building, so we're going to have to lay it in here and see what we can figure out. It looks to me like this parking, I believe, is already existing, so we'll probably leave most of this alone just the way it is, and just work on this section up here and just tie into what's already there. This is a service yard that is not going to be there anymore. We will definitely demo that. What I'll do is go through and start getting rid of a lot of the things that I know we're not going to keep. So I know we're not going to keep any of this or this. This is all part of the previous building, and all of this is going to be demolished. So we're just going to clear that out of here and give ourselves a clean slate to work with. There we go. We'll go ahead and knock out this whole pad area. Alright, there we go. That's right on our property line there. I'll probably just leave that alone. I'm going to go ahead and clear all this out of there also. Whoop. Let me explode that. Alright. Wake up. Alright. Some files are better than others. Sometimes this goes quick. Sometimes it seems to take forever. This one does not appear to be too bad. So we're going to want to keep that right along there. But we have a certain standard, I guess you would say, that we like to use for all these new concepts. So I will put all new information in here for us to get started with. Okay, that's about it, and then we'll tie into this the best we can. I'm going to go ahead and erase these hatch patterns, and we'll tie into this down here, and then we'll leave this the way it is. I don't think we need to get into redrawing all of this, so we're going to concentrate up in here. Okay, I've got a block from our building. We'll drop it in there like so. They want the entry, which is here, to face south. So we're going to put it like this. I'm going to align this with the rear. With this property line back here, and just see if we can get some kind of circulation going on around the building. Okay. Typically we like to stay 5 feet of, keep 5 feet of landscaping around the back. So I'm going to offset this 5 foot 6 inches, and that'll give me an extra 6 inches for my curb line. Alright. Let me make sure this is on my building layer. I've got a layer for the building. And then this I'm going to put on my curb line layer. Curbs. And I'm going to make that my current layer. Now since this is on a main road up here, we'll probably want an extra 5 feet. So I'm going to make 10'6" right there. Okay. Alright. Ooh, that's not a straight line, is it? Is this a arc? Yes, this does have a radius to it. I don't think we need to bother with all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line so that we can keep what we're doing straight and not deal with that arc. Bring it out like that, and then I'll set 10'6". That'll just make everything a little cleaner. Okay, now we're going to want parking up here, so I'm going to make it 18 feet deep, and then I'm going to put a 24-foot drive aisle in front of it like that. Our building, we're going to want the patio over here, I believe. So it's a block. I'd like to keep it as a block, so I'm just going to go into the block edit mode like this and flip the building. Let's put all this back the way it was. Alright. I like to change my snap angle to the angle that I'm working with so that I can still use ortho. Oh, this building is big. Alright, I don't think we're going to be able to get circulation around it already. We have another, I'll tell you what, let's put some parking over here, 18 feet, well, we'll come off that 24 feet. So our drive aisle will look something like that. It would be nice if we could get another row of parking across there. Let me draw another line across the bottom here. I'm going to set 5'6" down there, and then 18 feet, 24 feet. Getting tight. Just barely fitting in there. I'm just going to use a 10-foot radius on that. Alright, so I don't think we're going to be able to fit parking in over here. But keeping that parking along the perimeter is usually the most efficient way to park it. So I'm going to try to stick with that. That'll probably get us the most spaces. We're going to get rid of that handicap right there. And I'll just work right into that existing parking. Put a 10-foot radius on that so that we'll tie into that existing parking, and then we'll leave all this the way it is. So we're going to need to rework this service yard to where it comes around the front. It's going to be kind of weird, but it is what it is. Alright, so I'm just going to grab all of this, move it out, spin it around 180 degrees, go ahead and flip it. We'll keep it a ways back, I guess as far as we can. We want to try to stay to that 5 feet off there. And I believe we're going to want to keep this inside the service yard. So I'm just going to match this distance there and just draw a new wall like that. And then this wall, or this door, I'll probably put down here. Let's rotate that 90 degrees, flip it. Just drop it right in there. Alright. I think we're going to want to leave a corridor that is at least 60 inches. So I'm just going to come off of there 60 inches and fill it into this wall right here. And that'll give us the service yard we need. So I'm done editing. Save those changes. I'm going to get back on my curb line layer and just draw us a driveway going up to that. Something like that. And then off of here, I'm going to come out about 5 feet. I'll just put a little fillet on it like that. I'll put some 10-foot radiuses on there. Don't need that anymore. Alright, so we're going to want that to be our drive aisle. I'm going to go ahead and leave all this. I'm not going to cut into any of this just yet. So I'm going to draw a circle on this tangent like that, and let's just do 15 foot, make it a little bigger. And that's how we'll tie into that. This one's going to be a little different because we're getting into this. Oops, didn't like that. Alright. There we go. So that's how we'll get into here. And then we'll have a row of parking here and a row of parking here. Looks like we may be able to fit a few spaces right there. As long as we stay about 5'6" off that property line. And then the rest of this will be existing. So to complete this block out, I like to make sure everything reads right side up. So I'm going to flip that around. And then I've got a block that I use for to number the parking spaces and count them. It does, however, depend on what scale I'm going to be at. So I like to come in here and let's try 1 to 60. That doesn't even all fit on there. I'm going to have to go up to 1 to 80. So 1 to 80 will fit the side on there good. So I'm going to insert my parking count key, and I'm going to use a scale for 1 to 80. So that's going to be 960. There we go. I'll make sure that that's on the right layer. I got a layer just for that, parking count. And then I like to go through here and make sure that I'm getting a good estimate as far as how many spaces we're going to have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them there. Boy, these are kind of wonky. But since this is existing, I don't want to mess with this unless they come back and ask me to. So we'll just go with this for now. Might be able to save somebody some money that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 of them in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's another 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not sure what that little thing is right there. That might be a couple of spaces. That's probably enough for 2. I'm going to go ahead and call it 2. I have a feeling they may want me to come back and redesign this because of just the way this is laid out. Doesn't look like something they would typically do. Alright, now down here I'm just going to list this line. I know my parking spaces are going to be 9 feet wide, so this is 247 feet divided by 9 is 27. So I will get about 27 spaces here. This one is 32. So, you know, you'll get about 3. You might be able to get 4 there. I'll call it 3. And then up here, we've got 112. So you're going to get 12 spaces there. Alright, now we're going to need handicap spaces. Let me total these up. That's determined by how many spaces you got. So 18 plus 9 plus 8, 18, 16, 8 plus 10, 1, 2, 3, 27, 12. Wow, I've got over 150 spaces here, so I'm probably going to need about 6 handicap spaces out here. That's going to use up 2 of these when you get all the walk aisles in there. I take this back. This site is in Florida, so their handicap works a little bit different. I'm probably going to lose at least 4 spaces here putting the handicaps in. So I'm just going to change that to 23 just so that I'm taking into account the handicap spaces. So as you can see, by blocking it out, I can tell exactly how this site's going to lay out without having to go in and draw in all the detail of the parking and backs of curbs and all that. And I know everything's going to work based on this. And these lines represent where a row of parking would start and stop, like that. So I know this row would stop right about there. And then I've got a very accurate estimate of how many total parking spaces I'm going to have at the end of it. So this, the only thing that I would do in addition to this in a block out would be to just go in and fill out the title block and site information. I would probably go in and, you know, label the property lines that show dimensions on those of how big everything is, show the acreage, square footage, that sort of thing. But that gives you a perfect idea of what the site's going to look like without having to go into all the detail. That's why I call it a block out. So I hope this information helps. Next video I do, I'll probably be going in and cleaning this up and finalizing it and showing you all the detail and all that. And like I said, hopefully you've seen something that I've done here that's give you some ideas on how to speed up your drafting and make yourself a little more efficient, I'm always looking for ideas. So if you have anything or see anything that I did that you think you have a better way, absolutely please let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for a better way. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks.